How you doing? Okay, you're not gonna believe what we're making. It's like the grossest thing ever, but it's so good. I say that a lot. Um, First things first. I have a bowl of one huge tomato that I've cut up into chunks. There's also about a quarter of a white onion cut up into chunks. I'm gonna throw that in the food processor. I gotta do it in like twos. And I should probably move it to where you can see it, huh? Anyway, today we are doing Monte Cristos. Monte Cristo sandwiches. And we're going to make a nice, to counteract the unhealthiness of the Monte Cristo, we're going to make a very, very nice tomato soup. Okay. Also, I've got a can of tuna that I've cut, the, top off, and have drained. And then I've got one whole pickle, half a stalk of celery, not even a quarter of a white onion, all diced pretty finely, and then a spoonful of garlic. I'm going to throw that right into the tuna. That's going to... Now, you can make a Monte Cristo out of any kind of like sandwich you wanted to make. Corned beef or butt juice, I don't know, whatever you make sandwiches out of. I'm a big fan of tuna sandwiches. Real quick, I'm going to do my pepper, some black pepper in there, and some Cajun seasoning. Come on in. Let me just grab some sage. If I can't find it in time. This is like my new game. How quickly can you find your seasonings because you don't want to prep ahead of time to do it? Okay, just a little bit of sage. I'm going to pop a spoonful of mayonnaise in there. You don't want to, normally I would like put a shite ton of mayonnaise, but you want to put a little bit less than you normally would because we're going to be frying these sandwiches up. That's right, frying! Frying. Alright, now this is pretty simple. We're going to do this and some American cheese slices and white bread. We're going to make a sandwich out of it, and then we're going to cut it into quarters, and then we're going to deep fry it. We're going to batter and deep fry it. Now, can you think of anything more disgusting than that? Actually, yeah, I can think of a lot of things more disgusting than that. But it's so good. This is a very chunky tuna salad. I would also love to put, like, hard-boiled eggs in here. It'd be yummy. I'm going to take a quick bite just because it looks so good and crunchy. Heaven. Okay. Should we get our batter going first? Let's do that too. I've got about a cup of flour in here, and I'm back to that squirt. Remember the first time I used it? Now I love it. Yeah, you can see. I'm not going to put too many crazy things in it. I'm just going to do some black pepper and some salt. Just a little bit of sugar. I love my pepper. Okay, and some sea salt. And then just a tad bit of sugar to bring out the citrusiness. Isn't it fun when I make up words of the squirt? Oh, goodness, it smells so good. It's so yummy. Let's get this going. Then I'll get all the tomatoes all pureed and BSing, and then we'll just cook it on the stove, and then we'll be done. This is a real fast meal. I really have no science to the batter. You just make it until it's the right consistency. I suppose at some point I could just measure it all out. But I'm not gonna, because it's more fun this way. Ooh, and I get to squirt it everywhere. A little bit thinner, we're good to go. I think it's crazy that flour is so cheap and you can do so much with it. And I'm also very saddened that people are allergic to it. Some people. Okay. See that? That's what we want. Did you get a good droop? Okay, that is done. The tuna is done. I've also got just a couple raspberries, frozen raspberries hanging out, which we're going to make a dipping sauce out of that. I don't need that batter anymore. Excuse me. I don't need this. Let's get to working on our tomato soupy thing. Okay. Batter can go over here. Tuna can go over here. Squirt can go bye-bye. All we're going to do to this raspberry is add just a little bit of horseradish, a little bit of honey, and a little bit of garlic. I've also got a cappuccino. Alright. This is my little mini food processor. Can you see? I'm going to turn this burner on. Left front. In it right now, I've got a teaspoon of flour. I'm going to put this, which is actually, I've got about a tablespoon of flour, sorry. And this butter is 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to create a little roux, because I like thick tomato soup. But you probably figured that out already, right? Just kind of let this cook away. Alright, I'm just going to do this by the handful. I can't do it all at once, because this is a mini food processor. But if you had a gigantic-sized one, please do. This is just the onions and the tomatoes. It's going to be real loud. Don't try to listen to me. You probably already figured that out, huh? Nice. Okay. My roux's thickening up, so I'm going to go ahead and put this puree. You see how nice and pretty it is? I'm going to go ahead and put that in here. Let's finish it. Oh. Get on, thingy. I don't have time. I don't have time for your counteractions. I'm just going to stir this in, and then I'm going to come show you what it looks like. Real pretty. Now this should be able to take the rest. And it's just like I said, the onion and the tomato. Okay. I love onions and I love tomatoes. If you don't like onions, you certainly don't have to do that. Alright. Get that in there. Guess what else we're going to do? Yup, some garlic. We're not going to add too much to this. I'm going to do some black pepper. I want it to be real simple, real lovely. At the very end, I would put in just a touch of Parmesan. Just black pepper. Let me stir it up real quick. We're going to do some garlic. And I'm using just this jarred garlic. Nice. I'm going to do a tablespoon and a half. And then, voila. Just some half and half. And I'm going to use about 1/4 of a cup. Bring it all together. It's going to be so good. And then I'm just going to bring this down to a simmer and let my soup simmer away. A little bit of sour cream at the end would be a nice finishing touch too. Want to come look real quick? And then we'll do our sandwiches. Woot! Pretty. It's a pretty soup. Alright. Out of my way, food processor. Alright. Out. Out. Okay. Where's the tuna? Out. Okay. Let's get this back burner on, because that tuna's got to heat. That oil's got to heat up. Get it on high. Alright. Fanciness. Let me just get a paper towel down. Okay. I'm just going to use this white bread because I like it. But you could use whatever kind of bread you want for shiznal. Just make sure you have 2 sturdy pieces. Okay, look at this. I'm just going to put 2 slices of American cheese. I really like the cheese. Make sure you get it, oh, come down and look. I'm sorry about that. Make sure you get it like in the center of the bread. You don't want it hanging over the edge because it's going to be in the soup hot oil. Alright, let's get tuna. Like I said, you could totally do this with any other kind of, I know not a lot of people are big on tuna, canned tuna. I just love it. You really want to pat it down. Whatever you have left over, you can just scarf out of the bowl. But try to get it to all corners, because this is going to be so messy. Put it together. And then squash. Squash it as best you can. Try to get all the excess out of the sides. Okay. And then we're going to cut it into quarters. Let me just stir my soup real quick. It's kind of doing like I told you how the Alfredo does. How Alfredo doesn't smell like Alfredo until after it's been cooking for a hot minute. And then all the flavors somehow come together once the heat goes through them. Do you see what I'm doing with this? I'm just quartering it. And it's not going to be perfect. Some stuff's going to leak out. That's just how it goes. Just make sure you have... Yeah. Cool. Okay. Let's get the batter over here. I used to work at a place that had this sandwich. This tuna is done. We can put it in the to-go. The soup. You want to come take a look at this soup real quick? I think I'm going to actually put a dollop of sour cream in it right now. Yeah, that's good, huh? Okay. And that's what I'm gonna do, some sour cream. I'm just doing about, what, a tablespoon? And a little bit more than that. Whisk it in. Alright. A little bit of cheddar cheese. And then at the very end, I'll throw some Parmesan on top. It'll look real pretty. Alright. Cool? Are you good? We're going to go on a pause here. We're going to come back. Look at the soup. Okay. We're going to come back once the stuff's hot. I'm going to show you how to make the Monte Cristos, and then we're going to taste them, okay? Be back in a few. I've got my apron and my hoodie on. I don't want to get my shirt all grody in the oil. First, look at our soup. Let's take a quick sip. I've let it cool a bit. Oh. Man, it's so good. Rich, natural. Okay, let's get this going. I'm going to take a quarter of my sandwich, and I'm just going to look how your hands are going to get gross. You got to kind of guide it so all the stuff doesn't come out. Get it in the batter. Get it coated. Stuff's going to start falling out. Make sure you get all the pieces of the bread. And then just goodbye. Bam. And it's going to fry away. One day I'll fly away. I'm so funny. This tuna's going to all kind of try to want to fall out. So just get it in there. It's okay if you got drippies. Alright, now during the break, I obviously finished my soup up, which I didn't add anything you didn't see. Sometimes you gotta mash this down, because the stuff really does want to fall out, I promise you. Just make sure you got enough in there, and then throw it in the easel. Or, in your country, oil. Okay. I did make my raspberry sauce. And I just put a zhuzh of honey, a zhuzh of olive oil, and then a quarter of a teaspoon of, sorry, I can't do two things at once. Have you not noticed this yet? A quarter of a teaspoon of horseradish, and then just a little bit of concentrate lime juice, just like a of it. Okay. Alright, those are gonna like fry up and be so golden and good and just crazy. Okay, cool. I think I have enough time to just pause. Come back when they're done. You see them frying away real quick? Yay! I'll come back when they're done, taste them, and then we'll be done in less than 15 minutes. Pretty cool, huh? I've got like 2 seconds to show you how good these are. Yum, crispy, sauce. Let's take a bite. Mmm. Ooh, the inside. So freaking good. Huh? Alright. This has been Bailey's Choice. Make yours. Amen.